Hello everyone, I have a special message that's coming through my guides, higher self, and source energy. So as you are tuning to this message, embrace the new portals that are coming in, the 555 portal, the 444, and the 333. So I've been getting a lot of numbers during my readings, during my investigations, when I'm doing my work. So a lot of the times when we're receiving messages, we're receiving light encryption of different light linguistics, of different languages of light. So as you're coming into the live feed, when we're attuning to those different essences of light, of connection, of embracing the energy that is here, embracing the energy that stays connected, is the message that supersedes all understanding. So the ability to open up collectively to our gifts, to our initiations, to our different forms, we become an essence that is spacious and connected. So the integration of understanding divine fertility within your life, knowing that things shift, knowing that things change, things open up in a different way because we feel the need to connect or be a part of creation as a whole. So when that creation, and if I invited you in the live, that was on accident, apologies. But it just seems as if we connect more and more and ground deep into the reception of source as a vehicle of the divine, as a preferred state of channel and embodiment as you are receiving this message. There is energetic encryptions, coding, and different ways to express our dimensionality. So our personality as a spirit, as a gradual connection of spirit, being guided by that spirit and using that voice as intuition and flow. So no matter if you're someone who is creative, someone that wants more out of life, more action, more placements, it's generating that excitement because you know that it is your work, your breath, your life, your creation. And it's not anybody else's. That's why it is unique in its own variations of your gift, of your creation, of your ability to reflect, if you will. So when you have that ability to reflect on what reflection that you're generating, what you're giving off, what you're feeding your spirit in a sense, then we're not bogged down by the things that don't seem like they are important. Now what's important is your imagination or your creation or your ability to implement different changes within your life and your creations. Whatever they may be, rather their relationships with yourself, with source, or the relationships in your life that have direct meaning over how you change and direct the perception. So I guess it's all about perspective and reception of how you see yourself and also what you envision and what you intend and what you send out. So our voice always needs to be heard in some way, shape, or form. So I noticed in my path when I would do one of my messages, I was allowing someone else to be heard and also allowing myself to speak to someone so that they're listening. So to be teachable is to be receptive or relaxed or more condensed so that you're not all over the board, if you will. You're not a mixed bag of vibrations, if you will. So there's a steadiness, there's a consistency, and then you don't see yourself or your life as a series of random events. Then this is when you're in the driver's seat of creation. A lot of people who are not meditative or spiritual do this all the time without having to try so hard. One of the lessons that I've learned on my path is that I have to try without trying so hard, because then I'm putting the expectation or the dysfunction of me trying to reach this point, trying to be this being when I already am this being. So my message to you guys and to anyone that wants a beautiful life or a deep state of connection, a deep state of will, a deep state of reassurance, is to be more congruent, right? To be like the pyramid, meaning, hey, it's okay. Come here. It's all right. But no, like when you change what you are, what you want to do, what you want to create and generate within your own life, then this feeling of regret never happens. Regret doesn't feel like it is an issue anymore. To have regrets means that you want to change something about your life progression and also in the way that it happened. But now you have the ability to do that, and time and emotion and figuring out what heals and what generates within your own life, right? So every time that you do that, then it snaps you back into the direct perception. Summer, come here. Summer, come here, babies. Come here. It's okay. Come here. But yes, like when you find yourself in a moment where the perception or the direction of your life is not clear, then that's when the hesitation tries to seep in and generate from that state of will or that state of connection. Then your sense of foresight or insight is not being guided. So when there is foresight and insight in the fluctuation of energy, then you're able to be more grounded, to be more wholesome and more connected into your innate wisdom. So it gives you a state to where you're not seeing yourself as a series of vibrations, but you're seeing yourself as a series of connections and will and power. So given your state, giving your presence, giving your time to it, gives you the ability to open up to it and to cleanse, to not repeat the same patterns. And when you don't do that, then the power can always be known to you and flow through you and generate a different state of essence, being, or connection. So the essence or the being or anything that you want to manifest has already happened in different increments of energy and passions and past feelings and past emotions. So we're losing the disassociation of what we feel emotionally or what we divinely are appointed or divinely connecting to. So it gives us a state of will, of presence, of opening up and really tapping into the remembrance of the twin heart, the gut, the mind, and the heart as one. So that's always important. That's always what's going to generate more in your life. And when that generates more into your life, then that can never be severed. That can never be changed. Then you're forever changed from how Source moves through you as a state of guidance, a state of will, and every moment seems more surreal. It feels more real. It feels more emphatic. It feels more direct of how you change and implement your divine circumstance, right? So whenever you change your divine circumstance, then that doesn't make you feel like you're in a circumstance where you don't choose it. And it always feels better when you choose your direct perception, your direct circumstance, the things that you want to function within your reality. Then it's not a random reality. It's not a reality that's trying to make you feel different or make you feel like you're not pulling in the energy or pulling in the strength and the density of how you can change your reality as a whole. Then reality becomes that I can do the things that I want, the things that I want to do. I just have to ease into it and not make it an impossibility. When you don't make it an impossibility, then it becomes very much possible. And it doesn't mean that you won't have your quirks about it. It doesn't mean that you'll always be super consistent and vibrant and elevated all the time. But there's practice. Then you get to practice your vocation, your beauty that comes out of you, your ability to generate your own prophecy or will or state of connection. So it gives you a state to where you can heal, you can grow, you can ascend, and you don't have to descend. You don't have to be dysfunctional, right? So now the awareness isn't as mucky or flimsy or discombobulated. It feels like you're finally pulling in your power. You're actually tapping into your power and reclaiming it as your birthright as an energetic being. And that's always what's special and important about life or awakening, because this is the overview of like the spiritual journey as it comes to you, as it's attracted to you. Then it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just experiencing random different things and emotions and mad all the time and not being able to think or perceive or decide for myself. So I think awakening helps you Like, decide who you are. Like, decide for yourself. See for yourself in that moment and just dive into the water. That's a bit cold. And it may feel like cold for a second, but then it kind of goes away. All right? So I remember teaching myself that with the cold water is because it teaches you to be very humble and grounded when you're in that state where your body's having to heat itself up. It kind of displays, like, spiritually, how we recalibrate, how we recharge our batteries, how we find the essence again, and then being more consistent with implementing the essence of that direct willingness of power, grace, and stability. And then you're able to transform and transmute the energy as a grounded being. That grounded being knows you and remembers you and knows exactly like what you are as a state, as an essence, as a connection. So when that essence is known, when that essence is understood, then it cannot just happen to be anything that it wants to create and generate and be more magnetic towards. So it's your magnetism, it's the way that you carry yourself, and it's your spirituality blending with your personality. And when that is made, when that is understood, then there's a laser point of focus to how you generate and how you create. So that message was very important for me to deliver today because it felt, as I'm channeling, it felt as if it was important. So just remember, you are important. And as you remember more and more how important you are, then it's not self-importance. It's not like an ego importance, but it's an importance of I have the willingness to choose freedom and choose the ability to transverse space and time. The absolute reality being connected to the infinite reality, which is infinitesimally connected to everything, which helps you connect into the essence of your own beingness. So we're going to do a meditation to stimulate the entire message that I did. I felt like giving a message and a meditation as well. So with this meditation, you can focus on an object, you can focus on maybe your life, your breath, collecting yourself, or just connecting into the state of will again. So close your eyes and take a deep breath for yourself. So in this moment within this meditation, feel as if you're calling back your energy. Seeing yourself as power, seeing yourself as someone who can do it again, and replicate the power that you choose, the connection that you are, and the willingness to tap into that infinite sphere of light, that ability to see the light within all situations, all states of connection, all states of remembrance. So even when there's noise, it's okay, guys. Hey, it's okay. I know. So now we can tap back in, even though there's noise in life and things that have interruptions, but we can finally connect back into the presence of being, of connecting, of love. So even though we have moments where it seems loud or it seems like there's commotion, but sometimes this has to equate to connection and vibrancy, and being able to hold that connection as one, so that the connection is never severed, and that you don't lose your power, and that you don't lose your direct perception, and the ability to really tap into your emotions. That you accommodate yourself because you appoint yourself. You connect into meditation because you know that it's important, because it helps you remember your essence, your soul connection, and your ability to be an energetic being of love and light, so that we don't stop, but we continue on, even though there are different distortions, different limiting beliefs, or lack thereof of resources. But there can never be a lack of resource when you're in this space, solely in this space, hearing my voice right now, even the power to know and to understand within the meditation, and also where it guides you. That you're just fine, that you're okay, that you can be chilled out and relax and not be like every other being, but your own being. And then you are just that towards everyone in your life. And then everybody sees you as that radiant being that wants to remember, that wants to know, that wants to pursue, that wants to generate. And that even though that there are ways to not be, things to do when you're meditating, but your meditation is yours alone. So you have to make your own work of art. There are no mistakes, friends. There's only happy accidents. So in that moment, we can gather, open up, and create from that standpoint. And that nothing can take away from how you generate and create and have that direct perception. That the message can never be stopped, no matter what happens. So no matter what happens, the message of the prophecy of the divine, the power to be, the power to open up to I am, to be direct and emphatic in your willingness to show up to connection, to power, and to love. And that solidarity of that honor of being of service to others, this meditative presence, which gives you the ability to breathe on your own, which gives you the ability to relax, and which gives you the ability to open up again. Open up directly. Not just a little bit, but in that moment you go to the heart of the matter, you go into the middle of it, and you tap into the power that is there. And you're good. Then nothing can penetrate or feel as if it has power over you anymore. Nothing. Then that direct subtlety, because you've embraced that energetic cleanse, you embrace the cleanse that is now, that is permanent and that is perfect. And then all these little things don't feel deconstructive. They don't feel like you're meddling. They don't feel like you have to work so hard and that you have to try so hard to be the spiritual being that you want to be in that moment. So in this meditation, what you do is make a statement of how to create, of how to innovate, and how to be your own spiritual law, light, and willingness. To remember the twin heart, to remember the connection that you once were, and to implement it in a way that is transcendent. Connect fully to oneness, connect fully to grace, and the higher self will help you find justice along your path. And then nothing can be taken away from you. Nothing can be stolen, but everything is just here in the now, into the dimensionality of your personality. The self-realization of I am absolute and infinity, and there's nothing like the other. So in that moment, take that deep breath in. Take that deep breath out. And allow the meditation to activate, accentuate, and demonstrate divine presence, divine prophecy, and divine law of obtaining our power and being grounded once again. And so it is. This is my meditation to you. So that was my meditation that I felt very led to do today. I've done so many of these, so I thank you guys for being a part of it. Also, you can book private sessions if you're wanting to connect to your meditative abilities. 30 minutes for $50, 1 hour for $100, and also 2 hours for $160. I have a new Christmas bundle, and I will be going live around 10 or 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, but I wanted to do this live and help you guys connect to your meditations, and maybe this message reaches you and it inspires you to do something previously than what you were doing that maybe wasn't in the divine plan. Because it happens, we lose focus sometimes. Sometimes we lose passion. It's happened to me. I've gone through depressions on the spiritual awakening. So if you've gone through that, you know like what's happening in your life. You know what's changing and migrating and what you're releasing of. So another one that I've learned is that don't hold on to your treasure chest and feel like it's going to be taken away from you. If we know that we have the essence or the creation or the ability to open up and give the divine to all, then our treasure chest is always with us and we're good and we're fine. Meaning your spirit, your soul, your ability to give. So we all have a treasure chest, and it looks different. You're unique, you're different. You are who you are. And I don't think we need to be sorry for who we are as a person, because that helps us obtain the utmost beauty of what we are as a spiritual entity of love and light. But no, guys, I also wanted to let you guys know, if you're watching this on YouTube or Clapper, I have a new phone number. So it's 737-235-085. And my email is whitewolf143@icloud.com. I can't use WhatsApp. I can't use Cash App anymore. There's these apps that I can't use. So if you connected with me on Cash App, which I know Rob did, but no, I felt very led to make this message. I hope that it blessed you. I hope that it helped you learn something new today, and enjoy the rest of your holidays and your new year. Thank you, and God bless.